Willpower. I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I don't know much as you do, I'm sure. I'm sure everybody in here is more learned than I, much more of a scholar than I. But I know about coming back from seemingly unsurmountable odds. I know about coming back from when doctors tell you that you can't or that you shouldn't. Now, sir, because of your diagnosis, and don't do a damn thing. Bullshit. Hell no. Every time I go to the doctor, they tell me what I shouldn't be doing, and what I should be doing, and what I won't do, and what I can't do. And I politely go out the door and do whatever the fuck I want to do. And I'm gonna do that until they throw dirt on top of me. This is my life. And I choose to live it the way I want to live it. I won't let you decide how I live this life. I don't care how long or short it is. It's mine, motherfucker. And I'm gonna use it how I see fit. What motivates you? Your story motivates me. Your story motivates me. The stories of extreme will. People that came through something or circumstances that they were not supposed to go through. You just ain't supposed to be able to do it. But he did it any goddamn way. It is impossible until some crazy son of a bitch has the audacity to believe that no matter what the expert or the doctor says, I can still do that shit. And if you don't believe it, just sit your ass down over there and watch me do it. How do you teach people to not look at something and say immediately, because the appearance, I can't do it, I give up, before they even attempt it? Oh, that's overtraining. Simply because it sounds like more than I ever done before. I can't do that. I won't even try. I won't even try. I give up before I even try. No. Oh, I tried, but I fell short. I tried my best, but I fell short. Is there victory in that? Goddamn right it is.
What's up? Got off work early tonight. I'm wired as fuck. Houston, we're on level 7. So I want to talk about something a little controversial. Something our parents said you're never supposed to talk about. Especially at the dinner table. Was it Dad that said that? I don't know, someone said that. Was it sex, religion, and politics, right? The 3 things you're not supposed to talk about at the kitchen table. Well, I'm at the kitchen table, and I want to talk about God. God, that's what I want to talk about. Define God. A God. I think that meaning is pretty self-explanatory. Something greater than ourselves, right? So let's just leave it at that. I actually had to make some notes here for this one. Because I don't know where my manic mind would take me on this fucking subject. So, Let's see the first thing I wrote down here. Okay. So, most religions are based around stories and lessons, values, things you can guide your life around, positive shit, lessons for you to learn to help you through life. I get that, all positive shit, right? All positive stuff. There's nothing wrong with fucking religion, right? Provide structure, values. It's all positive shit that you can use, right? So, here lies the question. I got two. First one, do you need a God to tell you the right way to live and how to live? And how to live and be a good person? Do you need a God to tell you that? Anyone with common sense could write themselves down some lessons and values to follow. Unless you don't fucking have any values and you don't know what direction, then would you, I'm just basically what I'm saying is, because I kind of did this myself, couldn't you do that yourself? Why rely on a God to show you how to do that? Second thing is, is it possible, just hear me out here, is it possible, let's take the Bible for example, is it possible to take what the Bible has to offer and not believe in God? Is that possible? Can you do that? I don't know. I'm just fucking talking out loud and asking some questions here. Alright, next thing. Okay, yeah. Now, what really fascinates me, I talked to my friend about this. She's part of King Mahal, Jehovah, that whole thing, that whole deal. I talked to her about it and I asked her about this. Because this is a very legitimate question. Most people I know, especially her, find her religion extremely fulfilling. Extremely fulfilling. Like, very fulfilling. Like, meets a lot of their needs. Like, when they're on the right path and are following the gospel and the writings, when they're on the straight and narrow and on that path, man, they're happy as shit. And when they stray, they're fucking miserable. So it seems extremely fulfilling. I gotta admit, I'm a little, I don't know if jealous is the right word, but I would really like to know what that fucking feels like. You get the calling, so to speak, and you're just fucking taken over by the power of God, and you're just fucking, you're just oozing fulfillment, like, it must feel looks like it feels pretty damn good, seems really fulfilling, and, that really intrigues me. It really, really intrigues me. I gotta tell you. I'll tell you this story. I had this guy I worked with in the meat business. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, because I don't know if he wants me sharing this story or not. But anyways, in his younger days, he was a wild motherfucker. He was a wild motherfucker. And I guess he needed to make a change for whatever reason. So he became a born-again Christian. He was telling me this story. He was new to this, and I guess part of whatever thing that they do, it was his time to give a speech in front of his peers. And he was telling me he was nervous as fuck, okay? Nervous as fuck. And he, even as, even 20, 30 years later, he's still, I don't know if it's an ADD thing, but he's like, he can, he's got to really watch, his brain works faster in his mouth type thing, right? It's certainly, I wouldn't certainly classify a disability, but, he can like kind of like have pauses and stuff. Anyways, point being, you could see how knowing him, even as a man in his 40s, you can see when he's saying, well, I had to go up there and make a speech. You're like, holy shit, man, that must have been tough as fuck. And why you understand why he was so nervous knowing the guy. Anyways, he told me he gets up there to do his speech. He started the speech and he said, he said, Scotty, I swear to Christ, he says, man, like something took me over and it came inside me, and everything just flowed right out of me. The speech just flowed out of me. He says it was like I was possessed. He says, Scotty, I can't friggin' explain it, but I'll never forget the experience. I'm like, God damn it, that sounds fucking cool, like, damn, like, shit. You hear stuff like that. You're just like, God damn it, I want to experience that. Or, someone's like, I fucking see an alien. Well, I want to see an alien. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got hypnotized. I want to be hypnotized, It's just, I got to tell you, it's interesting as hell. The whole religion thing, everything about it fascinates me. But there's one problem. It fucking doesn't interest me at all. Like, it almost turns me off. Maybe it's because I'm a realistic guy because I have to be. I can't function in the make-believe and what ifs. I have enough of that in my head to deal with than follow something that maybe, or believe into something that may or not be true or real. I'm certainly not intelligent enough to tell you what's real and what's not as far as that goes. But I tell you one thing, though. If I had proof, definitive fucking proof, whatever, that if I had some kind of proof that was undeniable that there was no God, would I tell the world? Would I share that with the world? And the answer is no. No, I wouldn't. Because I believe religion helps a lot of people, man. It's very sound. Like I did this, I did a video talking about Kanye West and how he got the calling and shit. And I explained why I think he chose religion. Was because I think he was very aware of he's bipolar, right? He's very aware of his manic states. And I think religion provided him a level of structure. And I think with him, it was just as simple as, okay, well, I'm going to protect myself. Because I can fucking do some pretty fucking stupid things when I'm in my manic state. So all I have to do is follow the gospel, follow these rules. So no matter what I'm going to do, how crazy things and ideas that I come up with, as long as I'm following these guidelines, I should be okay. I think that's where he was coming from. So of course I wouldn't share that with the world. I think religion helps a lot of people in a lot of positive ways. Of course there's always that 1% just batshit fucking crazy fanatical, but that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about the 99% that are sane. Of course, I don't fall in that. I'm kind of like a 89.9. I'm on the wire. So anyways, I just think it's fascinating. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't know. I think that was it. Fucking short, quick video. I thought my mind would go off on a real tangent on this one, but fuck, I actually covered what I wanted to say in like 10 minutes. Is that 10 minutes? Fucking 10 minutes. One of my shortest videos ever. I thought I'd be here chirping for an hour. But it does, when you can't relate the way someone's mind works. Like, for example, someone who's believes in God and all that. You're just looking, so most people would say, you're fucking batshit crazy, right? Because they can't relate. But then you got fucking how many millions of people all believe in the same thing? There's got to be something to it, right? There's got to be something to it. Was there 6 million? 6 million? What's the fucking number? I don't know. 1 billion? I don't know. I think there's like 1 billion Catholics, anyways. So it can't all be delusional, right? There's got to be something fucking to it. What that is, couldn't fucking tell you. All I know is there's something to it. There's got to be something to it. I just can't see it. But I understand it. That's the thing. I fucking understand it. And I won't dismiss it. Just because my experience is being bipolar, trust me, there's not a lot that I don't say that's definitive or not. I know where my mind can go, and I know where my mind can stay for a little while. So I certainly could understand people who believe in religion, and I can understand what they get out of it. What I can't understand is the believing in the God part. Like I believe in the what it stands for, but it's leap of faith, right? Is there anything? But some people they're into it so blind, right? What else do we do that's just blind? We love someone blindly, right? And we do that on faith. But isn't that a different kind of love, though? A love for your God, opposed to a love for a person? Isn't that a different fucking thing? Can you do both things blindly? And you've loved God so much that you follow Him so blindly. Let me ask you this. Okay. Now we're gonna have. I knew it was just a matter of time before I go off on a tangent here. I just knew it. I knew it. I know the way my mind works. Okay, I got one for you. So let's have two columns here. The love of God and the love of your spouse. Okay. So, if you sinned, would that be like cheating on your spouse or lying to your spouse? Do you know what I mean? Like if you betray God, is that like betraying your spouse? I don't know. The more intense you love your religion and your God, wouldn't it go without saying the worse you would feel if you sinned or did something against that religion? Would you feel guilty like you would your spouse? That's a pretty fucking damn good question, right? That's a pretty damn good question. Because speaking to my friend, I know that when she strays, she feels really bad. Really bad. But she's like one of those type of all-in people, right? Loves all in, one of those kind of things. So I'm just saying the average person. But I tell you one thing, another fucking positive thing, and this is probably the most important thing, the most positive thing about religion, I think, that there is. And that's a sense of community, right? Church, and you have your friends there, you all have the same values, and you're sharing the same outlook. I think that's very important. definitely should be more of that sense of community, right? I think that's the biggest thing, most positive thing about religion, is the community of it. Yeah. For sure. I wonder if it would be loving your God the same as falling in love with someone. I wonder if it's the same thing. Does it feel the same? Right? Does it feel the same? The love of your God, the love of your man. But it would be a different kind of love, like a love of a friend. I guess the missing denominator would be passion, right? That would be the missing piece, right? Because you have passionate love for your spouse. But would you have passionate love for your God? Can passion only be derived through intimacy, like touch? No, because you can be passionate about something that you do, right? See, that's why love's so hard to define, because there's so many different levels to it, right? And that's why it was so fucking hard for me to learn what love meant. Is this exactly what I'm fucking talking about? All these different levels of love. I only had one. Yeah. And now you guys wonder why I have so much to learn and why I get so fucked up. And when I stick my head out and I'm trying to learn something new and go out there and actually try and learn it. See, at this kind of point in my life where I'm manic and shit is when I think about shit. You know, I'll post stuff and I'll think about it, you know, come up with new ideas. But I don't actually follow through with anything. It's just in my head, you know, in my manic mind. It's when I exercise those ideas that, you know, that's where the ride begins. You know, that's where the ride begins. Because when I start exercising and executing some of these ideas and thoughts, and we'll actually put them out in the real world and try them or experience them, automatically, like, I go right into manic right off the bat, right? Because I have a fucking clue what I'm doing. So, you know, that's when I use cocaine, because I'll never come out of that if I don't. And I certainly won't solve any problem or come up with any conclusions. You know, I only bring that up because I've talked about it in my last couple of videos, so maybe that'll clarify a little bit more for you guys who heard me talking about that. You know, why I use. And that's it, you know. I'll be manicked out, you know, I'll be like a 7, 8, you know, for as long as I decide to be. And when I think it's the right timing to explore a new idea or take a chance on something, then that's what I'll do. And that drug is kind of like my safety blanket kind of thing. You know. But I find it fascinating. I find religion fascinating. I really do. Even movies about religion. Like Da Vinci Code, Rockstar. Fuck, was that movie ever good? Oh man, it was fucking good. Oh, that was so good. First time I seen that, that blew my head back, man. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. Because I was raised Catholic, right? Can you imagine that? Bipolar boy Catholic? Boy, did I have a lot of goddamn questions. Our principal was a nun, and man, she didn't like me asking questions. But why? But why? But why? But why? It wasn't that I was trying to look for holes and everything. I just wanted to understand it. You know, like, I just wanted to understand it. If he's real, how come he's not here at school and showing us he's real? You know, shit like that, you know? Really? You put all those animals in a boat? What'd you do with all the shit? You know, questions like that. You know? Just stupid stuff. Oh. Oh. I can't believe I didn't take a single nap today. That's how I know that my states are elevating, right? Is when I don't nap. Then we're then we're on our way up. Recognize all the signs. Oh. Guys into that new show Cobra Kai? Season 3 started Friday. I'm on episode number 3. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay. It's I think it's time for my meal. I gotta eat. And I'm gonna watch some Cobra Kai. So, yeah. A few questions I had and just my thoughts on God and religion and that. And take it for what it's worth. Till I see you guys again. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Krahm. Bless you all. What a great fucking segue.
See you guys again. My name is Scotty Krahm. And remember to smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. This episode is brought to you by Six Store, guaranteed to make you big as fuck! And special thanks to Working Hands. It's the shit!